What a glorious day to share company and praise the name of our Almighty God here at Adventist World Radio, the Voice of Hope. This is New Life Program. I'm your host, Tileno Diam. Laughter is very important in the life of human beings. When one laughs, this shows that he or she is happy, therefore avoiding stressing oneself as your body is also at ease. Dan Obuato will be sharing with us more concerning laughter. Pastor Wahonya will also be joining us later on with his topic on wise sayings. Stay tuned.
And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain. And when he was set, his disciples came unto him, and he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed Spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven, theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of God. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is thy reward in
Hope you have enjoyed the sweet melodious tune courtesy of Adventist World Radio. They usually say that laughter is the best medicine. When one laughs, he or she makes life easier compared as to when he or she feels stressed or becomes sad. Well, let us give our attention to Dan Obuato and hear what he has to say concerning this.
Laughter is a way of telling others that you're glad to see them, that things are going well, and that it is good to be alive. There may be serious things to consider, but we'll face them pleasantly together. Start with a smile and take it from there. Laughter is a wonderful tranquilizer for problems. Charlie Shedd has commented that when a couple learns how to laugh and make merry over mistakes, a wonderful transformation takes place in the home. High Heaven has special clean-up squads, he writes, which respond to these signals. They come to sweep away the broken pieces and give that marriage a fresh beginning. A smile is a way of writing your thoughts on your face. It is a way of telling others that they are appreciated, accepted, and linked. And when you begin smiling, you will find others smiling back. It becomes a way of saying, "Thank you, you're making my day more enjoyable. You make me feel noticed, important, and cared for." There is no other gift whereby you can give so much enjoyment as inexpensively as with a smile. The habit of smiling can be a valuable asset when facing situations that might otherwise cause you to sink in discouragement and despair. As Ella Wheeler mentions in her poem, which is entitled Worthwhile, she says that it's easier or easy enough to be pleasant when life flows along like a song. But the man worthwhile is the one who will smile when everything goes dead wrong. Make today a happy day for yourself, for your mate, and for your family. Come up with a surprise. Share a funny story. Plan ahead for a special occasion. Attend a class. Go to a new and interesting place or event. You could also give a gift. Smile, laugh. Take time to play. Find a way to have fun with your mate. Make your marriage life as happy and enjoyable as possible. Make sure that you include smile in many of your talks. When you're talking to your mate, make sure that you have a smiling face, a bright face, and not a face which does not reflect what is inside. Almost every couple who ever marries expects to have a supremely happy marriage, but few experience it. Why? Because they have not discovered the missing dimension, the dimension that helps them deal with conflicts and incompatibility. Pascal the philosopher said that there is a God-shaped vacuum in the heart of every man which cannot be satisfied by any created thing, but only by God, the Creator, who is made known through Jesus Christ. Yes, how true this is. Humans are intensely spiritual beings, and the older we get, the more conscious we become of this reality. Although the spiritual dimension in marriage has been alluded to throughout this program, it has not yet been singled out for special attention, but it is perhaps the most important part of marital adjustment. The type of relationship described in this program between husband and wife is not just a commitment between two persons, but rather a triangle consisting of husband, wife, and God. Notice on the triangle shown that an amazing thing happens. As husband and wife draw closer to God, they automatically draw closer to one another. Every marriage needs the spiritual dimension. Adding this dimension to marriage can transform the conditions of the home, providing the personal qualities of love, patience, and understanding which will cement the couple to each other in bonds of love not known before. If a couple wishes to experience complete oneness in marriage, it will have to include worshipping together on a spiritual level. One of the goals in marriage is oneness. Without spiritual oneness, there can never be total oneness in understanding, communication, or sex. Spiritual oneness will give you a power beyond what ordinary couples have in their marriages. Martin Luther, after his marriage to the nun across the way, spoke of the miracle of Jesus at the wedding feast when he turned the water into wine. Luther commented that if Jesus is not in our marriage, life is tasteless and without zest. When Jesus comes into your home, He always changes the water into wine. His presence transforms the ordinary and common relationship into one thing, one with zest and sparkle. Jesus takes away the drudgery, He takes away the coldness of duty and puts everyday happiness in its place.
In case you have just tuned in, this is Adventist World Radio, the Voice of Hope. I am your host, Tileno Diambo. Send us your views, comments, and suggestions about this program by writing to the producer, Adventist World Radio, P.O. Box 42276, code 00100, Nairobi, Kenya. Our email address is awrnairobi@eau.adventist.org.
Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Accept the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart, O Lord, my strength, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. This is my prayer, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. This is my prayer.
In today's Bible segment, Pastor Wahonya has prepared an interesting topic for us known as white sins. Keep it locked.
Dear listener, today we want to explore the subject of white sins. There is a moral bankruptcy in many of our societies today. The conditions that prevailed in the days of Noah, when people ate, drank, married wives until the day Noah entered the ark and the waters of the flood came and destroyed them all, are the same conditions that we find prevailing today. Yet conditions even among professed Christians are not much better. We are at a point when people give all sorts of theories about sin. There are some who seek to justify it. They tell us that when a person inherits sin, it is excusable. Others attempt to deny sin's existence. They assure us that since God is all good and since He is the author of all that exists, there can be no evil. Still, there are some who differentiate between sins. They speak of red sins, white sins, and black sins. For the purpose of this presentation, my listener, I will focus with you on white sins. White sins are said to be sins which need not be confessed. This argument goes contrary to God's position on sin, because all sins are an offense to God, no matter what their nature may be. Therefore, my dear listener, let us look at some of these white sins. The first one on the list is white sins are those sins which we seek to justify. When God came to the Garden of Eden after Adam and Eve's fall, they each tried to justify their actions. You remember Adam said, "The woman you gave me, she gave me of the tree and I ate." The woman also said, "The serpent deceived me and I ate." Dear listener, do not try to justify any sin in your life. Instead of justifying it, confess it. Another category of white sins is the sin we are unwilling to forsake. Some bad habits in our lives. Yet the Bible explicitly calls upon the wicked to forsake his way and the unrighteous man his thoughts. Let him return to the Lord, and he will have mercy on him, and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon. Isaiah 55 verse 7. Dear listener, do not hold on to any known sin. If you do it, it will destroy you. Take that sin to Jesus, forsake it, and allow him to cleanse you. There is also another white sin, the sin for which we are not truly sorry. We may fear the consequences, but we are not sorry about what that sin has done to the heart of God. Here again, my friend, I will urge you to have a real sorrow for sin. Sin breaks our relationship with God. It separates us from our Creator. We must be truly sorry, and by God's power, break off from that sin. Then there is another sin of neglect. Remember that man without the wedding garment in Jesus' parable in Matthew 22. The wedding garment had been provided by the host, but this particular person neglected to put it on. What a pity. It is for us to neglect the provisions of salvation. What a pity for us to neglect explicit directions God has given us in His Word. What a pity it is for us to neglect the preparations we should be making in our lives in readiness for Christ's second coming. My dear listener, beware of this sin. White sins also include giving despiteful excuses. The man who failed to make use of the one talent gave a despiteful excuse. The invited guests who attended the supper, who failed to attend the supper, gave despiteful excuses. My dear friend, allow no excuse to prevent you from enjoying God's provisions of salvation. Then, in conclusion, there is the sin of willfully rejecting the light that God has revealed to you. And Jesus laments when he says, "You will not come to me that you may have life." Dear friend, are you guilty of any of these white sins? Are you guilty of whitewashing some of your thoughts, some of your words and actions? Please do not do that. Rather, come and be washed white by the blood of Jesus.
That brings today's New Life program to an end. It was nice having your company. Stay tuned to Adventist World Radio for other great items coming your way. Remember to send us your views, comments, and suggestions regarding this program. Do so by sending them to the producer, Adventist World Radio, P.O. Box 42276, code 00100, Nairobi, Kenya. Our email address is awrnairobi@eau.adventist.org. From me, Tilen Odhiambo, and the rest of the New Life production team, we say thank you and wish you a blessed week.
and seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain. And when he was set, his disciples came unto him, and he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. For they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of God. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is thy reward in greatest want of the world is the want of man. The greatest want of the world is the want of man. cross is as true to duty as the needle to the pole, as true as the needle to the pole. Men who will stand for right, though the heavens fall. Men who will stand for right, though the heavens fall. Men who will stand for right, who will stand for right, who will stand for right, though the heavens fall. Though the heavens fall. The greatest want of the world is the want of men. We are children of a King, heavenly King, heavenly King. We are children of a King, singing as we journey. Jesus Christ, our God and guide, bids us nothing terrified. Follow closely at his side, singing as we journey. We are traveling to our home, blessed home, blessed home. We are traveling to our home, singing as we journey toward a city out of sight, where will fall no shade of night. For our Savior is its light, singing as we journey. Full of joy we onward go, heavenward go, heavenward go. Full of joy we onward go, singing as we journey. Singing all the journey through, singing hearts are brave and true, singing till our home we view.